Hey everybody, welcome to the MP566 Interviewing Skills course. I'm Jay Hudson, and with me as always is Kendra Martin. Today we're diving right into one of the things that honestly makes or breaks a clinical interview, building rapport. It's one thing that's front and center in Summers Flanagan clinical interviewing material. Without rapport, you aren't getting anywhere, right?
Exactly, Jay. If the person sitting across from you doesn't feel comfortable, especially with kids or teens, you're not getting the real story. And before we even really get into any of those deep questions, we have to be clear about things like confidentiality and obtaining informed consent. That stuff sounds simple, but it can get tricky, can it?
Oh, definitely. I remember my first video role play for my master's class, which is basically what you do in week 1 for this course. I was sweating bullets trying to get the wording right on confidentiality. I had this friend play the interviewee, and she was so nervous. I think my nervous energy made things worse. When I got to explaining confidentiality, I just kind of rambled like, everything you say is confidential except, well, unless you say something dangerous, but otherwise, yeah. It was messy, and she looked even more anxious after than before. Where was I going with this? Oh, right, it's a skill you have to practice, not just know in theory.
I can relate to that, Jay. In week 1, so much of the coursework is focused on the basics for a reason. You can't just assume people, even adults, understand what confidentiality means. And especially if you're talking to someone younger, laying out boundaries and limits up front, in plain language, is key. Those video role plays we have to do, they aren't just busy work. They're honestly the best way to see where you trip up, like you said. Plus, seeing yourself on video is humbling. I caught myself interrupting, fidgeting, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that's so real, and it forces you to notice things like, are you making eye contact? Are you actually listening? Did you explain consent? Or just assume the person understood? Summers Flanagan really hammers those points home in the first chapters. Relationship first, structure second, you know? And just for anyone out there new to this, let me say, if you mess up the first time, you're in good company. We all do it.
Absolutely. And with every attempt, you realize, rapport isn't just about being friendly. It's about showing you respect the client's concerns, their culture, their privacy. All of it matters. Then, once those boundaries are clear, you can actually get somewhere in the interview. So, since we're talking about actually getting somewhere, let's talk about what happens after you've set those boundaries and hopefully built just enough trust, listening, and questioning. Week 2 of the course really digs deep on these, right? Like, you move from just listening to having to use questions that actually matter.
Yep, you kind of start thinking, wait, am I just nodding or am I listening? There's a shift. Basic listening, as in reflecting or paraphrasing, is huge, especially with kids. But this week 2 stuff quotes Poshak and Heron, how you build rapport while collecting data. It's not just about being a sponge. You've got to know when to ask the right questions to get at what's going on, not just what's being said on the surface.
Yes, and those directive skills, like summarizing, clarifying, and sometimes just letting a silence be silent, can take the conversation somewhere real. The videos in the class show just how differently a session can go, depending on your listening responses. It's something you learn by watching, doing, and then reflecting after. That whole see one, do one, reflect process is honestly how you get better.
Couldn't have said it better. And you know, as awkward as some of those role-play moments can feel, all that practice is what really gives you the confidence to trust your instincts as an interviewer. You start off fumbling with those open and closed questions, but it comes with time, right?
Exactly. It comes with time and with a lot of humility. Because you're going to mess up, but you'll also get better. So, if you're listening and ready to practice your own skills, don't stress about being perfect. Every interview is another chance to improve. And that's what this course is all about.